We're back.
Welcome back. They're still here.
This is night 2, Bread and Rage Q&A from Instagram.
We didn't switch sides this time.
No, we didn't.
If you don't
we're not hiding the fact that it's
the same night.
Same night, yeah.
Yeah, I also have a huge pimple on my face over here. Do you see it?
No.
Anyway, that's why I want to be on this side.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. It has absolutely nothing to do with it.
All right. What's the first question?
If you don't follow us on Instagram, we're just at Bread and Rage. So that's where we will probably post prompts for questions like this. If you care to ask a question, then it's probably going to be prompted over there. Okay, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you?
Probably being arrested for driving without a license when I was 14 years old.
Was that embarrassing, or was it like, this is actually pretty cool? I got
him. I mean, no, it wasn't cool. It's never cool to get... I mean, I didn't really get arrested. I got a ticket for unlicensed driving, but the cop did drive me home, so... What's yours?
I can't think of anything.
You've never been embarrassed in your life?
Many times, but I can't...
Too many to count.
I was a little embarrassed today, but it was like in a good way.
Okay.
At work, I was at my computer working on some stuff. It was in between patients, and I kind of turned around, and one of my front desk girls was standing on one side of me, and I looked over my other shoulder, and my technician was right behind me, and then I looked back, and everybody from the office was standing behind me because they had given me a gift that was like sitting right next to me on my desk, and I hadn't noticed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is everybody doing here? And I couldn't figure out what was going on, and then I realized they were all there to watch me open this gift. And I turned all red.
That's your most embarrassing moment.
I can't think of anything, so I just thought I would share that. Moving on.
How about the first time that we met Penny and Sparrow and you cried like a little baby?
Moving on. Did you film your food prep from the other day? I also did the second time we met Penny and Sparrow.
Yes.
Andy and Kyle, we should say. Yes, I did. I haven't put it in a video yet, but all the recipes turned out really good.
Yeah.
And then I've meal prepped again. I think for my personal channel, because I never have the time to edit the video like what that channel was kind of formatted after, I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna meal prep, have the camera rolling, but I'm gonna be just like chatting to the camera, so I don't have to speed it up and put music to it and do all the fancy editing and the voiceover. It just never ends up happening.
It's a lot of work. Videos like that are a lot of work.
A lot of work. I can't tell you how many I have filmed that I've never edited.
Yeah. Like, now that we know how to vlog, it's a heck of a lot easier to edit those videos than it is to edit something like that.
And that's not something I feel like will get easier for me.
No.
Anyway,
moving on.
do you still have plans to build on the water? We love vacationing in the Ozarks. Not right now.
No. I think if we moved, it would be to somewhere that has like acreage.
Yeah.
As opposed to the water.
Up the lake, there actually are places that have acreage and are on the water. That might be cool. You would be on the less busy part of the lake, which wouldn't be such a bad thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we really know what our plans are.
I miss the sunsets.
Yeah.
So, but it's a lot more work. Like if you have a dock, and that's just a lot more maintenance. Yeah. So for now, no.
Yeah. What's the one piece of advice for someone struggling with infertility regards to staying positive? I'm not a good person to ask this to, because I don't stay positive.
That's really tough.
It's hard.
Because a lot of it just depends on your situation as well. Like for us, it was easy to stay positive because male infertility is a little bit easier of a problem to solve as opposed to, something else.
A convoluted female issue.
Right, that they may never even know why.
Right. Oh, it's hard. Prayer, meditation, yoga.
And then having a support group.
Yeah.
Like maybe meet with a therapist.
And there's IVF groups, or like IUI groups or infertility groups on Facebook or whatever. Trying to find somebody that walked in your footsteps and going back and watching them go through the same process and knowing that they had a kid afterward is kind of helpful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd say a therapist, really.
A therapist would be good. if you do a transfer and have another baby, will you regret selling the van for real?
No, not at all. Especially because it won't be for another, I mean, even if we transferred, say, in March, we wouldn't have the, I know that's really early, but I'm just saying for conversation's sake, then we still wouldn't have the baby till next Christmas.
Right.
And so we'd be without the van for that long.
A whole nother year before we'd even need it, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, so there would be a long chunk of time where we would have 3 vehicles, one that we just did not need. Yeah, I don't think we'll regret it.
No.
We also
and we can always just buy another one. It's really not that big. I mean, I sound
that sounds a little
cocky.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could.
Yeah. And we could sell the Prius and get a van. The Prius, like, we don't.
I don't know. The Prius is pretty worthless.
But we don't have a payment on it.
The Prius is probably worth about $1,000.
A couple thousand maybe. Well, we've also talked about to have more room and more seating. Instead of having the truck, we could sell the truck and get a Suburban type thing that could pull the RV.
Except for they don't make 3/4 ton Suburbans anymore. I looked it up.
Oh, they don't anymore, but they used to.
Yeah, I don't know what year they stopped, so I don't know if that's an option or not.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that because we wouldn't.
Guess we'd have to go to a Class A.
Yeah, we could do
motorhome.
that. How much did you both date before you met each other? How much did we date?
Let's see.
I'm assuming we're gonna stick to like serious boyfriends. We don't need to pull up like 6th grade
Right.
2-week relationships.
I probably had 2 serious girlfriends before Rachel.
I had
Maybe 1.5.
I guess I had
you were
2.
engaged.
I know, I was engaged before Brad. And then before that I had, I don't even know if I would call it a serious relationship. Well, yeah. I don't know. It's really hard to say what makes a serious relationship. How long does that relationship have to last?
I guess saying I love you.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I had 2 before you.
Yeah, so I'd say I had 2.
Yeah. If you, I already read that one. Dream vacation. We talked about this in a video
Just 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Mine was Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I definitely want to do Europe though.
Oh yeah. If we're talking about dream vacation,
Australia.
yeah, New Zealand, everywhere. I want to see the whole wide world.
Yeah, we want to retire early so we can travel a ton.
Yeah. It's really weird to think about, but if you think about like the trips that we want to take with kids while we have them, and if you take one a year, that's not that many trips. And you need to kind of start thinking about it now, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic. But that's what we talked about one date that we had where we had question prompts. It was like with our church, they gave us a little box and you went on a date and asked each other questions. And it got us talking about what vacations we would want to take with our kids for sure. And then, this sounds so type A, but putting them in an order that makes sense. So if there's a trip that we definitely want to take with our kids, it's really blurry, that's 2 or 3 time zones away, we probably want to do that later when they're a little bit more flexible. We don't want to do that one when Eloise is 2 years old.
No.
So it really makes you start thinking about kind of planning that.
Not a lot of time.
No. Do you still plan on homeschooling? I don't think we ever agreed.
We definitely never agreed on that.
Right.
And we still haven't.
No. It's not. That's another thing that we just have to kind of table because who knows what school's going to look like
Seriously.
in 3 years anyway.
Yeah, they might not even have it. Well, I mean, there'll always be a school, but...
Right. It'll be interesting.
Maybe we could do a hybrid.
It sounds like that is...
The new model that they're going towards.
COVID has changed things where you can do a hybrid. And there are some schools that... There are some groups of kids that are there on Tuesday, Thursday, and some groups that are there on Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday everybody's virtual. Have you heard that?
Can our kids do Monday, Wednesday, Friday? And then maybe Tuesday and Thursday?
Yes, that sounds perfect. How's the soul searching going about the family channel? So I talked on my personal Q&A that we're kind of soul searching, and I said I am. I don't know.
We have been really fortunate that we haven't like had any creeps.
Yes, that's one big thing. One of the hang-ups with family vloggers is the creepy viewers, right?
Right.
And we know our analytics.
Yeah.
Our analytics are 90, what is it? It's in at 100%.
It's 100% female, and
not even 1% male.
like the highest range is like 55 plus, and then it's like 34 to 40 or whatever, and then.
What about this channel? Same?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So our subscriber base is older,
but of
and
course,
female.
People can make profiles that are.
For sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
don't. See. If we ever come across something that's super creepy, it'll make us reevaluate for sure.
Well, there's also like the kids' privacy, and if they don't want it to be on camera, or if the camera being around ever takes away from us hanging out with our kids. But it is important to remember that we put 10-minute vlogs up each day.
Yes, 10 minutes of our day, so.
It's very minimal in the grand scheme of our day. Vlogging is not a significant part of it.
And we don't show embarrassing things of the kids very often.
Hardly ever anymore. If you are done, why not keep the embryos for your children if any of them need IVF?
It's an interesting
I feel like that would be incestual.
How?
Lyndall carrying her sibling.
There was a couple on the news the other day that the mom carried the daughter's baby. Is that different?
Interesting. As a surrogate?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different than Lyndall raising her sibling. Or Eloise. I don't know. That's a really, I've not thought about that. So I don't know. Tristan asked, what is something each of the kids does that drives you nuts?
Hey, Tristan.
How long do we have?
Yeah. For me, it's when they're rough with Eloise, which seems to be, they're at an age, well, Eloise is at an age where she really wants to be where Bear and Lyndall are and playing with what they're playing, and so they get rough with her. That's mine.
It's hard. I don't like it when they whine.
They just yell.
No, or like if Bear's, I feel bad doing this. If Bear's sitting at the table and he drops his fork, he's like, no, you dropped my fork. And it's like, Bear, hop down off your chair and get your fork.
My go-to line is, are your legs broken?
Yeah.
Yes, my legs are broken.
Yeah, when they whine for no reason, that really grinds my gears. Especially when it's all three of them.
That's a good one.
Thanks. Did your postpartum anxiety, depression include insomnia? Mine did, and it feels like it adds a whole new element. Yes.
Ugh. Yeah, there was a lot of nights where you can't sleep.
And I'm so tired, and then I can't go to sleep. Or I wake up in the night and then can't fall back asleep. Yes, it's horrible. Because
you're a bad sleeper.
I'm a bad human being.
I'm a bad
I drew the short straw.
You're not a bad human being, honey. What does that even mean? A bad human being.
I'm wired wrong. It's not fair.
I have a chemical imbalance.
I just had like a breakdown to my mom and dad and Laurie and Brad because I'm like, this is so unfair. Like, why am I the one that's so messed up? And all of you guys you can't even relate to being just flying off the, what do you call it, like when I go off the deep end? And I know it's happening, but it's like I still can't.
We need to come up with a name for you, like an alternate.
Like Rhonda?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea.
No offense to any Rhondas out there.
That's not a good idea because that will make it. So Brad said the other day when I was being Rhonda or whatever, he goes, why don't you go meditate? So you like saying, are you feeling like Rhonda is going to be equivalent to, that's not a good idea.
That's true. Rhonda, go meditate.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's almost like, are you starting your period? It's like that where it's even if it's true, it's still not okay to ask. Anyway, yes to the insomnia. How do you deal with common / unsolicited advice on your parenting? Not well.
I just ignore it. Simple as that. Like, I feel like I'm just trying to do the best I can. I would appreciate any constructive criticism.
Just trying to do I think that makes it worse because we're sitting here just doing the best we can and then we get crushed.
Yeah, that's true.
We joked about doing like an episode of our reaction to really mean comments, but it's just too hard on my spirit.
It's just not worth it.
It's not. Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Is intimacy difficult because of infertility?
Not at all. I think it's the opposite.
They said Ellie and Jared openly said they struggle with this. No, not whatsoever.
No. That's interesting.
I feel like our intimacy was worse when we thought we could conceive a baby naturally. Is that too open?
Nah. But my mom does.
Yeah.
Watch.
And anyway. Do you have a living will? God forbid anything happens to you and your family.
We don't.
We
don't.
should.
Mm-hmm.
We should do that.
Dave Ramsey, my mom would say, you guys need a will.
Yeah. We do have godparents for all of our children.
Yeah, but our children will either go to your parents or my parents.
Yeah. Do you have any financial advice on retirement? Do you contribute to a retirement plan?
Yes, we have multiple retirement plans, and we try to max them out as much as we possibly can.
I know nothing about that.
And I'm in the military, so that's another retirement. So yes, absolutely. And we really, really want to retire early. That way we can travel as much as we possibly can while we're still young and healthy, which is a big motivation for me to get healthy right now. Because I want to stay healthy as long as possible. That way we'll have as long as possible to travel and see the world and help other people and do the best things that we possibly can.
Yeah, totally agree. I just realized those were all, the last three were asked by the same person. Congrats on booking Drew Barrymore. Will you pursue more TV gigs? Interestingly, we didn't book it and we didn't pursue it.
And we will not pursue anything in the future.
No. The TV experiences that we've had have been fun and work kind of on our part and no benefit other than hopefully helping other people.
Exactly.
I guess there is no, that's not something that we sought out or, and I'm not trying to say that to sound like pompous, like they sought us out to be on the Drew Barrymore show. It wasn't.
No, and we weren't compensated. And
no.
I mean, we did get expert advice from a expert.
Parenting
so that was awesome.
expert. It was a really cool experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. And we do feel like the issue that we have and had is super common and hopefully is helpful. Have you tried any kind of birth control? Yes.
Definitely.
I had an IUD after the twins were born and had that up until the point that we decided we were ready to start preparing for a transfer, and step one is to discontinue your traditional form of birth control and do what the clinic tells you to do.
And then we got pregnant.
And then we got pregnant right after. Mm-hmm. Seconds after I had it taken out. Minutes.
Yeah.
How do you handle your anxiety? What do you do in the moment it starts? I don't handle it super well. I'm trying to get better and I'm learning how to meditate. I'm taking a 30-day course on how to meditate and it's helping a lot.
Good.
Do you see yourselves ever opening Engelbart's Eye Care?
No.
No.
I could see us maybe buying into the practice that we're currently with, but starting our own, no.
We live in a pretty small town, and there's the practice that we are with is a very well-established private practice that we align very much with morally and ethically, and that would be an obvious place to join. Would you consider selling some of your used, less loved Usborne books? I probably will donate them.
Yeah.
That'll be more of a donation thing. What was your first date?
Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and we drank a Pinot Noir by Sea Glass and had awesome steak. Downtown St. Louis, right there by the arch.
Do you remember what we had for dessert?
Creme brulee.
Is that what's crunchy on top?
Yeah.
Then it was creme brulee?
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I texted my
We
mom
need to
that
do that
night.
again.
Yes, we do. I texted my mom that night and said, I'm going to marry this man.
We had known each other for a year prior to that, before we actually went on a first date. So
We actually had studied together a few times that I guess couldn't really count as a date because it was business. Do you have any friends your age in town? Seems like you hang out with older family a ton. Well, we've been in a pandemic for 8-10 months, so we have only been hanging out with our bubble.
Right. But even then, I mean, we don't really have time for friends, and so we don't really have any.
We have a couple of friends that have young kids also that we did hang out with a handful of times pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Like we went on about with like.
But we're all just so busy.
Yeah, it's hard, and with different kids on different nap schedules and.
When the kids get a little bit older, we'll probably branch out a little more, but.
Yeah, we have a lot of, we're very fulfilled by our family right now, I guess.
We have to be, we don't have a choice.
When did your twins acknowledge each other for the first time? I have 6-week twin girls.
Yeah, it was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Same.
Like, what, 4 months?
At the earliest, maybe.
Yeah. It was weird.
It was weird.
They would like actively look away from each other.
Yeah, it was very weird. When I remember them doing tummy time at maybe 4 months and locking eyes and kind of noticing there was another baby, but interacting not until 9 or 10 months. How do you make time and keep intimacy alive with the little kids?
You just gotta do it.
You take any and every opportunity.
And it's not easy.
Why don't y'all do P.O. Box opening videos?
Well, no, we don't. We, pretty much things that we get, a lot of the things that we get we'll show on the vlog.
Yeah, I think basically any box that we get. We don't get a lot of, I'm not saying this so that you'll send us a bunch of stuff.
Don't send us anything. We really don't need anything.
Yeah, it's very sweet to receive things and...
But we're out of room.
We love handwritten letters. That's always fun to get.
Yeah, pictures, stories. Those are great.
Yeah.
Continue to send us, please. But, yeah, I mean, little gifts. Like, you know, the box that we got from Corey the other day. That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah. And the kids know Aunt Tanya by name. And anytime we talk about Australia, they say, Aunt Tanya lives there. And so, like, they know that they get gifts from Aunt Tanya. And it's just a really cool way to connect with the community that we have on YouTube. And But yes, pretty much anything is on the vlog. If you had 4 hours alone together, no kids, what would you choose to do together?
Golf?
Probably.
Depends. Is it nighttime?
Is it here?
Is it during COVID? Because we would go to, there's a couple of craft breweries here in town that we would visit, or a winery.
Yeah. I feel like we would try to squeeze in as much as possible. So we would maybe do a hike or golf 9, probably, not spend the whole 4 hours golfing, and then like hit the brewery for 1 beer and get a growler to come home. What do you think?
I think that sounds perfect.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
Okay.
Spiciest date ever? I read this in the car.
Let's not go there.
Okay.
My mom watches.
If you could make a change to each other's physical appearance, what would it be? Inspired by a filter. Thanks, Anne. Physical appearance.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, we can't go there.
Oh gosh, you have something?
No, not that there is anything. But I wouldn't be able to pick anything.
There's too many. I don't know how to take this.
You have a pimple right here. I would remove that for you.
Just give it a couple days.
You're welcome.
It's kind of a painful one. It was a deep one. You can't think of anything.
I would never say anything.
Oh my gosh, you have things.
No, I don't have anything.
Yes, he does.
No, I don't. No, I can't say it. I'll tell you after the video's off. Are we done?
Yes.
Oh, was there something about me?
No, there's honestly nothing.
Perfect. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did.
I'm scared for this video to end because he's going to tell me physically what he would change about me.
All right. Well, tune in tomorrow. We'll have we picked tomorrow's topic yet? We have like a list of things, so we'll pick something extra juicy tomorrow.
If there's anything you want, leave it in the comments below.
But it won't be about our juiciest first date. Or